What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch along. Today we're going to be doing the Premier League live watch along of the game between Manchester City and Newcastle United in the Premier League. Cannot wait for this. Liverpool dropped points yesterday against Tottenham Hotspur at Anfield. It finished one apiece. It does mean momentarily Liverpool are top of the Premier League, only by 1 goal difference. Not on points, level on points. Liverpool have got 1 goal difference on Manchester City, and this is suggesting to me that Manchester City here need to win, and need to win big, because the Premier League could well come down to goal difference. Big result that yesterday for Tottenham in terms of trying to make the Champions League. Big blow for Liverpool in trying to win the Premier League, and a big bonus for Manchester City. And Manchester City now need to make that count. But before I crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help support my channel, then do make sure you have subscribed. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Now less than 1,700 subscribers away from my goal of 25,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, do make sure you have subscribed. That would be much appreciated. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on to be notified immediately for when I do upload. Also, don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this live watch along once more. We are aiming for 100 likes, already off to a good start, 16 likes. It means we're 84 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. Also, social media links, they're in the description below, and on the yellow banner too, if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below, and on the yellow banner too, if you want to go and hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos, or any general business inquiries. If you're watching this after the game, then let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're watching live right now, the live chat is rolling, so let me know where you're tuning in from and your score prediction for this game. Excuse me, we've got Leslie in on the chat, wondering how many chances is Raheem Sterling going to take. Big opportunity today for Raheem Sterling starting in this game. I will address that more when I get on with my preview in a couple of minutes. Vamer, JSGC regular over here, hello, thank you very much for tuning in. And the Eagle as well, thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, let me know where you're tuning in from, and do let me know your score prediction for this game. Wilmore, thanks very much for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. So, I want to speak about today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. OneFootball will be providing all the information before this game, during the game, my halftime analysis, and post-match as well, including my full-time analysis. OneFootball is a free app to download. It's the best footballing app out there, in my opinion. It will keep you up to date with all the latest scores, results, statistics, live commentary, live league tables, what channel you can view the game on because of OneFootball. I know that today's game is live in the UK on Sky Sports if you are wanting to watch this game. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news and transfer news as well. I've got my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys right now. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Don't you just love it when you press it up and then it goes wrong? got to love live. So thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. It is much appreciated. Go and check them out. Anyone that does press my link, which I will leave in the live chat now for you guys, and it's also at the top of my description, will help to support the future content created here on my channel. Like I said, it is a free app to download, so do go and make the most of that. The Eagle, what do I think of Pogba to Man City? Is it legit? Well, there's interest from Manchester City. There's a big difference between interest and Manchester City actually making a move. If he's going to be lazy, he's going to throw his toys out the pram. I think it'd be a terrible signing. I don't think City will touch it with a barge pole. If Pogba will agree to Man City's demand and he'll try hard for the team, then he'll excel. I have my reservations, is my thoughts on that. Then we're going for a 3-0 win to Manchester City today. I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City today. I'll give my thoughts on that in just 1 second. So I've got locked and loaded OneFootball. We're on here, got it here, OneFootball. It's 18 minutes to go until kickoff. Asking who do I think is going to win. I think Manchester City are going to win this game. 70% of people agreeing with me. 5% going for a draw and 25% of people going for a Newcastle win. Now, we're going to start with the lineups first, with the lineups being announced, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. If you are familiar with my preview videos and one of my live streams, I've got a working partnership with BetMate. My recommendation is always for you guys to go and edit your BetMate team. Because you don't want to select players that aren't starting, so the teams are out, which I'm going to go through. So if you have joined this week's pot between Manchester City and Newcastle, which I've just left in the description, if you want to go and download the BetMate app and then go and join the league and see if you can win a share of the £350 pot, then just go and check that out. Press that link, that'll download BetMate, and then you can go and use code MCINEW to join the league. Just press the join button, which you can find at the bottom of the app, and then the code's just MCINEW, and select your teams and select players that are starting is my tip. So the teams that are starting today is for Newcastle, Dubravka starts in goal, Kraft at right back, Matty Targett going in at left back. We're starting with Lascelles and Dan Burn as their two centre backs. Sean Longstaff, along with Bruno Guimaraes and also Joelinton, are starting as Newcastle's midfield. Almiron starts on the right, Saint-Maximan starts on the left, and Chris Wood, their signing from Burnley, starts up top. Dangers there for Manchester City, quite attacking that from Newcastle. Eddie Howe will always have a pop. I can't see Newcastle sitting deep and absorbing Manchester City, because I don't think firstly the defence is very good, and I also think their best way of making things happen in this game is to attack Manchester City. I think their best way of winning this game is by attacking Manchester City and taking the game to City. It does leave space, and Man City can exploit that space. It does leave them vulnerable, particularly if Manchester City can score first and score early. We saw that with the game against Watford that we played a few weeks ago. This game's very similar. Newcastle are going to have to be a lot tighter than what Watford were that day. On the bench for Newcastle, Jacob Murphy, Fabian Schär, Dwight Gale, Karl Darlow, Paul Dummett, Callum Wilson, Matt Ritchie, Xavi Manquillo, and Kieron Trippier. That is a strong Newcastle team. It's a team that have survived relegation, that are pushing to try and finish in the top half of the Premier League. And so for them to make that happen, they are going to be needing points, so they'll be trying to get something here at the Etihad. They're also going to be looking to try and spoil Manchester City's party here. They did a good job against Liverpool last week. They fell short, though, in getting that result. They'll want to try and get a result here against Manchester City. For Manchester City, your starting 11 today: in goal, number 31, Ederson. Number 27, Cancelo starts in defence. Number 11, Oleksandr Zinchenko. So it's Cancelo on the right-hand side, Zinchenko on the left-hand side. City's centre-backs today: number 3, Ruben Dias, and number 14, Aymeric Laporte. In midfield for Manchester City today, it's number 16, Rodri, number 8, Ilkay Gundogan, and number 17, Kevin De Bruyne. For Manchester City's attack today, it looks like on the right wing, number 7, Raheem Sterling, number 10, Jack Grealish, and number 9, your striker today, Gabriel Jesus. On the bench for Manchester City today is number 56, Conrad Egan-Riley, number 25, Fernandinho, number 80, Cole Palmer. Nice to see Palmer getting in and about the substitute bench once more. Number 20, Bernardo Silva. No surprise with him doing 120 minutes midweek against Real Madrid. Number 13, Zack Steffen. Number 26, Riyad Mahrez. Number 47, Phil Foden. Number 6, Nathan Ake. And number 79, Luke Mbete. John Stones not fit enough to be in the Manchester City squad, it seems, for today. So that's your Manchester City starting 11. I've gone through Newcastle's as well. My BetMate link's in the live chat. Go and check that out. Download that. It's a free app to download. Come and join the pot. It's for UK customers only. Using the code MCINEW. It's £5 to join for this game with the chance of winning a share of the £350 pot. I've changed my team for that. So yeah, go and sort yours as well. But this is where Manchester City now need to respond. They need to forget about Real Madrid. They need to go at Newcastle. Liverpool have dropped points, smell blood, win this game, 3 points clear of Liverpool with at least the same goal difference as them if we win this game. Hopefully a comfortable win here for Manchester City would be good. To have a 2 or 3 goal difference on Liverpool would be marvellous. If we can go out there and give Newcastle a hammering here and go out there and get 6-7 goals, then that would be brilliant. Dad, thanks very much for tuning in, helping moderating the chat today. Come on, City need to go out there and make it count with Liverpool dropping points, of course. Yesterday going for a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. I'm going for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City, so let me know your thoughts in the live chat. So, we're less than 15 minutes away from kickoff. Make sure if you are enjoying the content, you have subscribed. Leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 100 likes is the aim. We're now 79 likes, 78 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. And also, go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Just having a drink. There we go. Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Much appreciated. Marshy, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Symphowy, I hope I said your name correctly there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Presuming from your flag that you've put in your comment there that you're tuning in from South Africa. So welcome South Africa. Let me know where you are tuning in from around the world for this game. Sky, thank you very much for tuning in. Said if Liverpool had gone and won, he'd have gone for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City today, but reckons clean sheet incoming 3-0 for Manchester City. Suffian, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Julia, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in as well. So I'm going to go and get the game set up now. So I have got some pre-match entertainment for you guys to enjoy. If you didn't go check out my transfer update from yesterday, speaking about the latest on Erling Haaland and Paul Pogba, then that is your entertainment before this game. So enjoy. What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing another Manchester City transfer update because we've had a massive story developing over the last 24 hours in terms of Paul Pogba of Manchester United. It's quite remarkable. But before I crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to stay up to date first and fast with the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube, make sure you have subscribed. Going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window from June 1st. Mark your calendars, that's when it will be going daily. So do make sure you have subscribed to stay up to date. Social media links in the description below if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below to if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, partner channel links, TikTok links, they're in the description. Go and check them out. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the like goal. Smashed it on the last video. Let's do the same on this one, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Lastly, this video, it's sponsored and it's brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the transfer news from all the clubs from around the world. So go and check it out. Free app to download. Go and use my link. That does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Let's crack on with this video. Just two stories. First, Paul Pogba. Now, Mike Keegan broke this news yesterday evening, just after I'd put out my other transfer update, literally like an hour and a half after I'd uploaded. Typical. But Mike Keegan works for the Daily Mail and said yesterday that Manchester City, they are interested in signing Paul Pogba this summer. That goes against my first belief with Paul Pogba joining Manchester City. We did know before the sad and unfortunate passing of Mino Raiola last week that he was pushing and had offered Paul Pogba to Manchester City when we were doing discussions over Erling Haaland, and Manchester City had said no. Now it seems like Manchester City are taking Paul Pogba seriously. There are a lot of hurdles like the Erling Haaland transfer to get over. Now Pogba is going to be a free contract in the summer. He isn't going to sign a new contract with Manchester United. Juventus are keen on signing their former player. PSG are keen on taking the French World Cup winning international back to France, and Manchester City, Manchester United's neighbours, interested in doing a Carlos Tevez here and nabbing Paul Pogba from Manchester United. So first and foremost, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. The general feeling from me is I would rather look at other alternatives, but Paul Pogba on his day is a decent player if he's willing to work hard for the team and he'll listen to Pep Guardiola. And I think that's a big if. He likes things to be all about Paul Pogba. He feels like he's the best midfielder in the world. Will he be able to gel with Manchester City's team and Manchester City's midfield? I'm not sure. I have doubts on that. That's why I'm saying no. There's no doubt in the quality. He has showed it. He's just pretty inconsistent in showing it. But yeah, it's all about can you find the motivation there to get the best out of Paul Pogba. Now, Will Unwin at The Guardian said that Manchester City are willing to offer Paul Pogba a 4-year contract with the option of a further year, and Pogba is thought to be keen on the move to Manchester City. Now, we've had some reliability put on this story. Martin Blackburn at The Sun has said that Manchester City have not completely ruled out at this moment in time a move for Paul Pogba this summer. Now, Fabrizio Romano says that Pogba is an option for Manchester City. City are also having a look at Frankie de Jong that we spoke about in yesterday's video. If you want to go and check that update out, then please do feel free. It's my previous video that I did on my channel. He is an option, but he's also pretty expensive, and with no fee needing to be paid for Paul Pogba, that is a bonus there
for Manchester City. City are also keeping tabs on Matheus Nunes that we spoke about several times over the last few weeks and the last few months, as well as being options for Manchester City. We know that City are looking for a central midfielder, a player that can play in a defensive role, that can play in an attacking role, and Paul Pogba does fit that criterion. We don't have to pay a fee, so that is a bonus. The big hurdle, like the Erling Haaland transfer, is would Paul Pogba be willing to get himself onto Manchester City's wage structure? That's going to be not being the highest paid player at Manchester City. That means taking a pay decrease to come and join Manchester City, and Manchester City then obviously trying to make the deal sweet by being able to put in incentives, things like bonuses, achievements and things like that to try and get the money up, which is what City are trying to do with Erling Haaland. But I find this transfer interesting to say the least. I'm sure there'll be more updates and gatherings over this over the next coming day or two. I imagine this could go one way or the other. It could get hot quite quickly, and Manchester City show a lot of interest and are genuinely serious, or the rumour will just be put to bed and Manchester City will just cool their interest and say we aren't signing Paul Pogba. That's what I think. It's going to go one way or the other, and pretty quickly as well. City cannot enter into discussions with Paul Pogba until there is less than a month left on his contract, because he does play for a Premier League team in England. It's only with players playing outside of England, so foreign players playing outside of England, that you can speak to them with less than 6 months remaining on their contract. When it's a domestic player from your own league, it's less than a month, and we're still not short of that month. Of course, his contract up on June 30th of this year, so we won't be able to speak to him until the end of May to the beginning of June. Now, moving on, we've got an update. So transfer update means we've got an Erling Haaland update now. Tutto Mercato in Italy, they have said Haaland to Manchester City. It is now agreed. Manchester City will pay Erling Haaland's €75 million release clause, and Erling Haaland will sign a contract with Manchester City worth €30 million per year. Very exciting. I have been waiting for something a little more reliable than the Italian source Tutto Mercato. I've dealt a lot with Italian sources over the years, and I know that they are not the most trustworthy. Nicolo Scria, another Italian source, has said that this is a done deal. City will pay the €75 million release clause to sign Erling Haaland. He's matched what's been said by Tutto Mercato. It's going to be a contract worth €30 million per year. He's added a little bit more and said that Erling Haaland will sign a 5-year deal with Manchester City until the summer of 2027. The Guardian over here in England have said that Erling Haaland, he will join Manchester City this summer. Things are hotting up, things are warming up. We've got that proper end of season vibe. I'm hoping that's not going to play any distraction to the team on the pitch. We've got the big Premier League trophy to have a nice big push for between now and the end of May, but things are being put in the pipeline. City are working on transfers. We know that we're closing in on Erling Haaland, and Paul Pogba is an option for Manchester City as well. Would love to know your thoughts of these transfers in the comments below. Don't forget as well to leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video. 300 likes once more is the like goal. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Aiming for 25,000 subscribers, now less than 1,800 subscribers away from that goal, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I will be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates from June 1st throughout all the summer transfer window to keep you guys up to date and in the loop with the latest Manchester City transfer news first and fast on YouTube this summer. Make sure you have subscribed. Also, don't forget as well, social media links in the description below, sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. My TikTok link in the description too, if you want to go and follow me on there, that would be much appreciated. My partner channel links, go and check them out there in the description too. Go and like and subscribe over there. And also don't forget to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by, in my opinion, the best footballing app out here, One Football, a free app to download that will keep you up to date with all the latest transfer news for Manchester City and all the other clubs from around the world this summer, and also keep you up to date with the latest football news as well as the latest score statistics, live league tables and all your good footballing needs. Go and check that out, link in the description. Anyone that does download One Football using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel, and it keeps these videos coming for you guys. And I will see you again very soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. I hope everyone is having an awesome weekend so far. Peace. Ciao for now.
Got to love a transfer update, haven't you? Rightio, players, they are out, and they've just been speaking before the game about how are Manchester City going to respond from Real Madrid and that loss. Are Manchester City going to come out of the blocks and take the game to Newcastle? They're saying that first 10 minutes here could be crucial to this game. Newcastle haven't beaten Manchester City away from home in the Premier League since the year 2000, which was at Main Road. They haven't won a single game at the Etihad Stadium in the Premier League. Manchester City have won 12 consecutive games in the Premier League at home against Newcastle United. The last time Newcastle came to the Etihad and got any points was 2006. So since Man City have had their takeover from Sheikh Mansour, Newcastle haven't beaten Manchester City. They haven't even taken a point off Manchester City, which is massive. So we're just about to have kickoff, so don't forget, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Leave a thumbs up as well. We're now on 36 likes, 64 likes to go to my target of 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, One Football, link in the description, and also in the live chat. One Football will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, transfer news, as well as the latest score statistics, live league tables, and all your good footballing needs. We are ready and waiting for kickoff. I've managed to get the game up here. A little internet update with me. I've still not got our normal internet. I'm having to rely on a different connection, and that connection isn't as good as my internet, so it is buffering a little. So if that is the case and it carries on, we're going to go to the internet data and I'm going to watch the game on my phone instead, which that might happen pretty soon. I'm hoping it will hold out. We'll see how it goes. Players take the knee. We're ready for kickoff. Newcastle playing in their black and white stripes, black shorts, black socks, attacking from right to left. Manchester City playing in their sky blue kits today, attacking from left to right. So Newcastle then trying to burst it forward. City play a through ball in, and City nearly put into a strong position before Newcastle can gather the ball away, and it's going to buffer again. So do you know what? I'm going to knock it on the head. I've had it on for the last 10 minutes. I've not been that happy with it. We're going to switch to the phone, and we'll go for that instead, is what I'm thinking. I had contingencies. I had backups ready and waiting to go. When I can get it to load, of course. Off to a cracking start to the live watch-along. I should have made this decision beforehand. Blame JSGC is what I would be saying here. Blame JSGC. Poor, he's amateur, doesn't know what he's doing. Get the chant going, doesn't know what he's doing. Right, we're locked and loaded. Okay, not ideal, but it's better than nothing. So, Newcastle attacking Manchester City first and foremost here. They have been forced backwards by City. We are 2.5 minutes into the game, so we'll get that clock changed up as my finger's that far behind. That's brilliant. What minute are we on to? 2 minutes 47. There we go. Done. Dusted. Newcastle then, trying to take the game to Manchester City. Centralised, moving it to their right-hand side. Zinchenko starting at the left back for Manchester City today. Long field ball played down, dealt with well by Manchester City. And here comes City now coming forward through Ilkay Gundogan. There is a direct run being made by Raheem Sterling. De Bruyne threads Sterling in now. He looked offside. And City don't get the corner and the flag never went up. So it's play on and Newcastle's goalkeeper Dubravka can have the ball. It does look like Raheem Sterling's going on the right-hand side and Jack Grealish on the left-hand side and Jesus going through the middle. But that's how it's lining up right now. Here's Newcastle once more, coming at Manchester City. It's good defending by Rodri. Helped out by Gundogan. Here's Kevin De Bruyne now, bursting through the middle for Manchester City. There's Jack Grealish on the left-hand side, into the penalty area. Sterling drives forward, he's tackled. And they can come away with the ball here, Newcastle. But that's great work from Jack Grealish to get the ball back in the penalty area. He goes down. And a free kick given to Manchester City just on the edge of the penalty area. Very close to the penalty area, that. Great work from Grealish. Pushed in the back. I don't think there's much in it. I think Gary Neville's just saying he thinks a free kick's been given for the earlier foul. There were 2 consecutive attempts to make a foul to pull Jack Grealish back. So the free kick should be a little bit further back than right on the line of the penalty area, and it is. It was Bruno Guimaraes giving the free kick away. So it's about 20 yards out on the left-hand side of the edge of the penalty area. Definitely shootable range. De Bruyne stood over it. He goes in, and it's wide. Our first attempt of the game so far in the first 5 minutes, and it goes wide of the target. Harmlessly wide in the end there from King Kevin De Bruyne. Goal kick here for Newcastle, which Dubravka's going to take. And already Newcastle taking their time. Long ball played forward then. Should be won in the air by Manchester City and is and put out for a throw into Newcastle. Bruno Guimaraes intercepted by Manchester City. De Bruyne has not really got much support ahead of him, so he's going to have to go on his own. Does really well to find Jack Grealish. There's an overlap of Zinchenko. He squares it across, and it's too close to the goalkeeper, Dubravka, who can gather that one up. 6 minutes in. Still 0-0 here between Manchester City and Newcastle United in the Premier League. It's a good drive forward, that from De Bruyne. It's well worked by Manchester City. Zinchenko was looking for the run of Raheem Sterling, couldn't find it, and Newcastle get themselves a throw-in just inside the Manchester City half. On their left-hand side, Saint-Maximan stood over it. Given to Matty Targett now, former Aston Villa man. So throwing comes in from Newcastle. Newcastle tried to make things happen. First 6.5 minutes. They haven't created anything. It's Manchester City that have looked more likely. But we've not had an attempt on goal yet. Newcastle just been forced backwards by City here. Newcastle need to make sure that their distribution out from the back is perfect. There's a good pressure put on from Sterling on Guimaraes there. Deals with it well and can find the pass. Lascelles. He's going to go back to goalkeeper Dubravka. Various players in space. And used well. Here's Kraft. Goes long and a flicked on, done well by Newcastle. And there's 2 players forward here. And there's a load of space across. If Saint-Maximan can find it, he tries to, and Rodri slightly behind where it needed to be. Rodri can deal with it. Newcastle just having their first experience being in and around the City penalty area, so some defending here for City to do. A cross comes in and headed down, and it's straight into Ederson. Chris Wood with a massive opportunity there for Newcastle. It's reminiscent of what Real Madrid were doing the other day, with just crosses into the box, not being dealt with by Manchester City. And he should have scored. Got away with that. Here's City then coming forward. De Bruyne tries to thread a pass in, and there's no shout from the keeper. That should have been dealt with by Newcastle. Instead, Grealish can have a drive. Here's Zinchenko. Back to Jack Grealish. Gundogan. Chips a ball in. It's going to be dealt with by Newcastle at the back, and it's going to go out of play for the first corner of the afternoon. 9 minutes in, 0-0. Newcastle have had the best opportunity of the game so far. And work here for Manchester City. But an opportunity to perhaps create something and do something from this corner. Dias forward, Laporte forward. Cross comes in! And it's put over the bar by Laporte. It was straight to his foot at the back post. And he gets too much on it. And it's over the top. I don't know what I'm doing. I like it, Dad. I like it. Andy, thanks very much for tuning in from Easingwold. I like it. Afternoon Mixed. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's just not been dealt with, is it, by Manchester City and stopping these crosses. The creator going for a 5-0 win. I like that one. As we're nearly up to 50 likes now. Much appreciated. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. We're aiming for 100 likes once more. Don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. And also go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description and also in the live chat. Here comes Newcastle once more. Down their right-hand side, City's left. This is where they're sensing that Newcastle can maybe do something and get crosses into the box and cause Manchester City problems. At the moment, Liverpool fans will be watching this. They'll be encouraged by the start that Newcastle have made. That's great work from Zinchenko to intercept the pass. Rodri with a pass into Sterling. Sterling can't control it. It should have been a free kick to Manchester City. Referee didn't give it, and De Bruyne has now stayed down because of it. De Bruyne is back up on his feet. Just went through the back of him. How's that not a free kick? Actually, that's a great position for a free kick for Man City. There is no advantage there. He leans in with his elbow. It's not only a free kick. That should be a yellow card. Dan Burn it was. De Bruyne has to go to the side. He's okay to continue. Not the point, though. It should be a free kick to Manchester City and a free kick in a pretty good area. It should have been a yellow card to Dan Burn. But we had incompetent referee midweek. We've got another incompetent referee, it seems, here as well. Hello, Paul. Thanks very much for tuning in. Seamus as well. Thanks very much for tuning in. So we're through the first 12 minutes. 0-0. Still we await. Here comes Jackie G. Left-hand side for City. Not great work from Zinchenko. He's dispossessed. And Newcastle do well to keep hold of the ball. And then they get a weak free kick. Man City can be very frustrating at times. Not good for blood pressure. Very weak that from Rodri. I also think that Bruno Guimaraes is searching for that big time. Right, so free kick here for Newcastle. 13 minutes in, Newcastle have had more possession than Man City, 57% possession to 43. City haven't got to grips yet. Like I said, Liverpool will be encouraged by what they've seen so far. City clear it into space, dealt with by Newcastle and out for a throw into City. Matty Targett it was. City fans chant, come on City. So it'd be interesting to see how we responded first 10 minutes for Manchester City. They don't look as motivated or as up for it as what I was maybe hoping. City actually look a bit leggy and tired, which is natural considering we've just done 120 minutes against Real Madrid. But I once more reiterate that the aim for Man City here has to be, first and foremost, win this game, and that's it. Get 3 points. Get 3 points on Liverpool. The pressure's on them. They play first once more in midweek on Tuesday. A chance for Manchester City to have a watch and let them tired legs of Liverpool see what they can do. Because City know that we play again on Wednesday, and the chance to try and at least match what Liverpool do against Villa, and if not more. Here comes Grealish. Great drive forward. He gives the ball away. Works well by Manchester City, and they can come forward now. Here is Rodri. There's plenty of space on the right-hand side. He thought about going cross-field, but he decides against it. Goes for the easy pass down the left-hand side. Chipped into space in the penalty area. Here's Jesus. He's got a little bit of help from Zinchenko, who can cross in deep and put over the bar by Cancelo. Just slices it and it goes wide. That needed drilling hard and low. City do need 10 points. What's important here is Man City's got their game in hand midweek. And it's Wolves. And then we can play a game extra on Liverpool, knowing that we have the points if we win our next 2 games. After this, that's the opportunity. If City can win our next 3 games, be 6 points clear of Liverpool. But we have to win this game first to go 3 clear. And goal difference could be key as well. Here comes Zinchenko. Dan just says, pretty simple. Keep it simple, Manchester City. Here's Gundogan. So Jesus has had to drop a little bit deeper. Diaz to Laporte. Zinchenko. City probing now. Referee says they're coming together in the penalty area on Raheem Sterling. City fans wanted a penalty. Sterling's not happy. I think the contact there was outside the penalty area, so it won't get checked by VAR. I don't think there's much in it either. There we go. 17 minutes in. Dubravka wasting a little bit more time. Goes long with his ball forward. City want a 3 kick. The fans do, and the pressure on the referee gets Manchester City the 3 kick there. I didn't think there was much in that. As it is, City can have the possession once more. And here comes Ruben Dias now. He goes forward with a long ball. Too much on it. Dubravka can intercept. Again, he's just happy just to keep hold of the ball and waste time. He's thought about rolling it out, but that doesn't fit in with the principle and the philosophy. That's why Man City need that early goal. Stops Newcastle doing this. Gets them involved in a football match. Getting them involved in a football match puts Man City in a strong position because it'll open up the space. It also gives Newcastle an opportunity of scoring goals as well. I've seen far too many teams, and I can accuse them doing this against Liverpool as well. Not showing too much respect, but just being scared of doing anything in the fear of if they do try and do something, then they're going to get exploited and they're going to get battered. They'd rather just keep the game close in the hope that they can keep it tight and escape with a 0-0 or manage to somehow come out with a win. As a crossfield pass comes in, headed across and into the back of the net by Raheem Sterling. And it's 1-0. Manchester City. It's a well-worked goal. Just what Manchester City needed as well in response to that match against Real Madrid. And City do get their lead in the first 20 minutes here at the Etihad Stadium. It's Manchester City 1, Newcastle United 0. Make sure it's all onside. Worked well by Manchester City. Perfectly onside. It's a great header across. I think it's Joao Cancelo. And it's Raheem Sterling that's given Manchester City the lead here at the Etihad Stadium. We'll take that every single day of the week. And what Man City now need to try and do is try and get that killer 2-goal cushion. Brian tuning in from Barbados, much appreciated. We're now up to 58 likes, which is brilliant. We're aiming for 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. 42 likes away, so if we could get that, that would be brilliant. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. OneFootball's link is in the description along with all the details, or just go and press that link in the live chat and that'll take you to the download page to download the free OneFootball app. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, the transfer news as well this summer, first and fast, as well as all the latest football scores, results, statistics, live league tables, what channel you can view the game on, and so much more. It's free. Go and check it out and go and download the OneFootball app using my link, as that does help to support the future content created here on my channel. It keeps these videos coming for you guys. So we're 20 minutes in and Manchester City lead here at the Etihad Stadium. City now hungry for goals. Looking for that second. De Bruyne can't get it right and then fizzes one in and it's straight into the arms of Dubravka. And it remains 1-0 Manchester City here. Dubravka then goes long. Headed up by Newcastle. They do well to keep hold of the ball. And they combine a couple of passes. Forced backwards by Manchester City with Lascelles. He's going to go back to goalkeeper Dubravka. Lascelles looks like the odd one out at the moment. Here's Dubravka being put under pressure. Dan Burn. Got a little bit too much on that, but Matty Targett does really well to keep that in and find the pass. But it's cut out by Manchester City, only as far as Lascelles, and Newcastle can build forward from the back once more. Kraft tries a pull forward, cut out by Zinchenko. Pivoted really well by Ilkay Gundogan. Nobody pivots as well as Ilkay Gundogan. His long ball comes forward towards Grealish. There's too much on it. And it's out of play for a throw-in to Newcastle United.
Fernandinho bench today.
There's nothing in that, and the referee doesn't fall for it. Newcastle trying to buy themselves a free kick. They've scrambled the ball back, though, so to no avail there for Manchester City, and Saint-Maximan can dribble ahead here. City, of course, haven't got Kyle Walker. He's also injured. Wasn't expecting to see him. Cross can come in from Newcastle, and Zinchenko can't control it, and a cheap corner is given away by Manchester City here, and Newcastle can send Dan Burn, they can send Lascelles forward, and see if they can make something happen here. It's a cheap corner. Zinchenko is trying to take control of it. Hits the side of his foot and just rolls away from him and out for a corner. It's Matty Targett coming over to take. 23 minutes in at the Etihad here. 1-0 Manchester City lead. And some defending here. I don't like the look of Zinchenko marking Lascelles. And Jack Grealish marking Dan Burn. I'd be getting Dias and Laporte on these. Surely that would work better for Manchester City. Corner comes in. And it's won by Newcastle and poked in. 1-1. And something's given. It's been disallowed. Offside, I think. City got away with that one. VAR will have a look at it. Let's have a look. And yeah, he is offside. And Man City get away with that. Really got away with it. City are just living dangerously. Todd, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. It hasn't been given. It's 1-0 still. City nearly make a mistake out at the back, and Zinchenko does well to keep that in for City. So City nearly conceded off that cheap corner given away. As a corner came in, header won by Newcastle, and was sent in, and it hit the Newcastle player that was about a yard offside before rebounding, and a shot came in off the foot of Ederson and into the side of the net for one apiece, but must have been 1 yard offside. It is offside, so it stays 1-0. Good work by Sterling. Puts it into space. Cancelo has a shot, and it's well saved by Dubravka, and out for a corner here to Manchester City. It was well worked that by Manchester City. Gary Neville's just saying that there was better options there for Cancelo than the shot. So they should have gone and cut it back for Jack Grealish. I actually think Cancelo had every right to have an effort at goal there. Corner here for City then. De Bruyne to take. Oh. It's a poor corner, so thankfully we'll get a second bite of the cherry at that. There's a coming together between Burn and Ruben Dias. It's been an intriguing first 25 minutes because Newcastle played their part. The big lad in Dan Burn. Laporte, Dias, Rodri all around. There's a lot of tussling going on in there. De Bruyne takes. It's a better corner. Still the header won by Newcastle. Zinchenko now. Gundogan. Chip a ball in, and it's collected by Dubravka. And again, just chooses not to roll it out. He's just going to take his time. I think Newcastle are happy to keep this tight and keep it at 1-0 because they're always in the game. Just see from that corner, goes 2-0. Then all of a sudden there's problems for Newcastle because they're chasing the game. They are still chasing the game at 1-0, but it's only one goal, and one goal can be overturned with anything and everything. 2-0 comes a different story, which is where Manchester City need to keep pushing to try and get that killer second goal. Get that killer second goal, that will open up the space, and that's where Man City can then start thinking about goal difference as well. At the moment, finally poised, City have got the advantage, they've got that first goal, they need to make that count. What's important here? 3 points. So we're 38 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description and also in the live chat. Here is Ederson. Plays the ball in to Ruben Dias. He can send the ball long. Header won by Newcastle. Second ball won by Saint-Maximan. And Newcastle can have possession here. Inside the City half. Works well, a combination of Guimaraes and Dan Burn. Here is Matty Targett now. Tries to centralise it. Plays a ball through into space. Chris Wood reads it well. Almiron read it well. And he's offside. He'd played the ball off Ruben Dias there. And Manchester City can have a free kick from the offside calls. We're through nearly half an hour here at the Etihad Stadium. City 1, Newcastle 0. Big time missing John Stones. His partnership with Ruben Dias is a brilliant partnership. I always think City looks strongest with John Stones playing at the back. Whether that's partnering with Diaz or Laporte. But I think that's just because of the partnership that was with the injury to Diaz as to why Laporte and Stones worked so well. I think any centre-back pairing, because they've all got the quality at Manchester City, that includes Nathan Ake in that, if given a run of games of 6 or 7 consecutive games, they can make it work, as a pass back from Newcastle doesn't work, and Sterling can drive forward and just takes one touch too many, and he's surrounded out. There wasn't really too much support there for Raheem Sterling, so he did do well. Sterling, the man with the goal for Manchester City at the moment, making it City 1, Newcastle 0. The ball is intercepted by City, and here is Jack Grealish now onto the edge of the penalty area. He has to twist and turn, and he's taken out by Guimaraes. So it's ridiculous. Referee's playing an advantage. It's a yellow card, that challenge. Gundogan drives forward, and a deflection takes it towards Zinchenko. Grealish still down. He's off the field. So City, they can get the physios round to the other side. They don't need to stop here, Manchester City. As Grealish is getting onto his knees, and he's going to get back up. Realising City are in a good position here. Here is Cancelo. Played to Ilkay Gundogan. There's space with Zinchenko and Grealish on this left-hand side. He uses, Gundogan does, Oleksandr Zinchenko. Here is Gundogan once more. Newcastle giving Gundogan far too much space. He's able to ping balls and find players. Here's Raheem Sterling going backwards. Ruben Dias now to Aymeric Laporte. Here is Zinchenko, 30 minutes in. City 1, Newcastle 0. City trying to probe for their second goal. Here is Raheem Sterling to Zinchenko. Here is Gundogan, as Jesus looks like he's gone on the right-hand side and Sterling through the middle right now. Here is Grealish. Gives it to Gundogan with a shot! Just wide. Good effort that from Ilkay Gundogan. Not far off from Ilkay Gundogan, that. And yeah, the yellow card is out. Good. And Guimaraes is going to go into the book. So a good bit of referee in that. After earlier criticising him, I will always give praise when there's good bits of refereeing as well. Comes back to it. He just goes right through Jack Grealish. Studs up. Takes him out. It's late. It's a lunge. And it's a yellow card. As we're now 35 likes away from 100 likes. Doing well so far. Here's Sterling now. Jesus. He's taken out. Referee says coming together. No free kick. Play on. Newcastle try and play a ball forward. Did manage to get a touch onto it, but City can surround it out and win the ball back here. Here is Rodri now to De Bruyne. He's got 2 ahead of him. Now 3. It's a good early ball played in, and it's controlled. And oh, should have just gone first time. He tried to control it there, Jesus, and he's frustrated. He knows he should have just taken the shot on first time. What a ball from De Bruyne. In the end, Newcastle can get a foot onto it and put it out for a corner. So great ball from De Bruyne. He tried to take the touch. Does that header from Lascelles just put Jesus off momentarily? Covered by Dan Burn and out for a corner to City. What a ball from De Bruyne, though. De Bruyne now stood over the corner. Can he put a wicked ball in just like that? This game isn't without opportunities. Corner comes in from De Bruyne. Headed clear. There's a City man down. And long ball sent forward, and Saint-Maximan can win it. Has he got the pace? He's going to have to try and turns. He wants a free kick. Referee says goal kick. Nothing on it for Saint-Maximan. Runs out of support. It's well worked that from Ilkay Gundogan to force Saint-Maximan wide. And in the end, no avail there for Newcastle. And Man City just say they want to play on. And they can pass it out from the back. Here's Zinchenko now with Gundogan. Been played at a quick pace, this one. Here's Rodri. Gundogan. That's a great ball from Gundogan. He's had a good 33 minutes here. Here's De Bruyne. Plays it into Sterling. I think that was meant for Jesus, so Sterling's got to twist, turn, and send it a little bit deeper. Here is Cancelo back to Sterling. Rodri now in the centre. Gives it to Gundogan. Well worked from Gundogan. Here's Jackie G. That's a great disguise. That's great play from City. Squared across. There's no one there to tap it in. That would have been a lovely goal from Manchester City. Oh, that would have been a cracking goal. That was great play. I'm going to applaud that. That's Manchester City at their attacking best. Great play from Manchester City. Just worked their way around Newcastle. Was all onside. Was just looking for the near post and it was just beyond and no one had gambled to the back post. Jesus, it was at the near post. No one's at the back post where it went. Unlucky. Still, we carry on. 34 minutes in. City 1, Newcastle 0. City have really grown into this game last 5 minutes. I think Man City does want the guarantees here of a second goal. Takes all the anxiety and everything and the nerves away from the game. And actually, it's pretty good that Man City can aim for the goal difference because it keeps Man City's motivation not just about 3 points, but gives us motivation towards aiming for something else. Almost like a nice distraction away from the overall goal. As Newcastle into a good position here. Here is Guimaraes on the yellow card. Target. Cross comes in low. Dealt with by Manchester City. De Bruyne is flattened out. Referee says, up we get, Kevin. It's a coming together. Guimaraes needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Doesn't want to give any silly fouls away. It's a poor pass out from Newcastle. And that will go out for, I think, a goal kick to Manchester City. And there is already some warming ups from the bench. Callum Wilson's out warming up for Newcastle. Kieron Trippier, former Manchester City youth player, out warming up as well. Long ball forward from Newcastle. They find space. Shouldn't be finding space, but Chris Wood does, and the offside flag's up now. Thumbs up from the City line. City playing a high line once more. Now less than 10 minutes to go until the regular 45 minutes are up and we'll go into added on time. I can't imagine right now there'll be too much added on, but there is still another 10 minutes to go. Here is Rodri. Gives it to Ilkay Gundogan. Zinchenko now. Back to Gundogan. Well worked into space. Ruben Dias. To the right-hand side. Here is Joao Cancelo. He'll centralise it to Gundogan. He's looking to stretch the pitch here, Ilkay Gundogan. He's having a very good game so far. And good to see. Worked well. Man City know that after this, between now and next weekend, next Sunday, we've got two massive away games. Wolves away, Wolves away. Followed by West Ham away before playing Aston Villa at home. There are remaining fixtures. All of them have their own difficulties. So it needs managing very carefully and precisely by City. A City probe in this match. Jack Grealish on the left-hand side. Zinchenko plays Grealish in with the ball once more. Back to Zinchenko. Chips a ball into the penalty area. Sterling lets it bounce across his body and a low ball comes across. Another ball just played across, hopefully, by Manchester City. And not like it went out of play for a corner, but I think Newcastle have done pretty well to stop the corner and give Manchester City a throw instead. Yeah, that's well worked from Newcastle. Oh, no, I don't think they have stopped the corner, actually. And De Bruyne goes over to take the corner then. It looked like they kept that in. De Bruyne then to take the corner for Manchester City. Rodri, Laporte, Diaz all forward. De Bruyne takes it. It's deep. Gundogan hits it sweetly and it's rebounded and in. 2-0 Manchester City. It's Aymeric Laporte doubling Manchester City's lead. I am just going to wait here for offside through VAR when that volley came in. It was a great corner from De Bruyne. It's a great hit from Ilkay Gundogan. It's a good save from the keeper. He just couldn't gather it up. The shot comes in, I think it's from Ruben Dias, and it just deflects to Aymeric Laporte, who puts it in, and he's starting doing his celebration as well. Makes it 2-0 Manchester City. I'm just going to hold back here until I've seen the replay to make sure everyone's onside. Corner comes in, volley comes in. They are onside. Yeah, perfectly onside, and it's 2-0. Manchester City lead here against Newcastle. Killer 2-goal cushion. Now, the aim's got to be from City. We've still got 7 minutes remaining of the first half. Go and seal them 3 points. Get a third goal, that's the 3 points. We can start resting players, start thinking a little bit about Wolves, and also start thinking about that crucial goal difference, because that could be the extra point that could give Manchester City that edge in the Premier League title race. We're now up to 67 likes, 33 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description and also in the live chat. Seamus asking, well, have City been clinical? I'd say semi-clinical. There's been some opportunities that haven't been put away and some that have. Certainly not been a bad performance from Manchester City. First 20 minutes, Newcastle were giving us a game. And then Manchester City really grown into it and got a couple of goals. So I think it was a foul with Ruben Dias kicking the ball out of the goalkeeper's hands. The goalkeeper spilled it, so the ball's there to be won. It's an unlucky one from the goalkeeper, really, because it's hit with so much power on the volley. It's difficult to gather that one up. And that's the danger. That looks offside from Manchester City. And the flag is up. So, 5 minutes remaining. Manchester City, 3 points clear of Liverpool as it stands in the Premier League with 3 games to play. We've now got a +1 on Liverpool, on goal difference as well. Man City have a better goal difference than Liverpool for the first time for as long as I can remember. Liverpool dropped points this weekend for the first time in a long time as well. It's been relentless at the top, and it's Liverpool have driven Manchester City to be the best that they can be. And Man City so far holding up to the test in the Premier League. So cross comes in and Ederson spills it, and Man City can clear it through Jack Grealish, I would hope, although he's been forced back and it's out of play for a throw-in to Newcastle. That needed levering clear. I didn't think Grealish realised the danger that he was in, that he didn't have any support. So a throw-in here for Newcastle next to Manchester City's penalty area. As City come forward on the counter-attack. I didn't get to see what happened there because of the camera in. That's great work from De Bruyne. He finds the pass as well. Here's Zinchenko. There's 2 forward. Cross comes in. And there's too much on it, and it's into the hands of Dubravka as he's starting to hurry Newcastle along here. Newcastle now do have their work cut out. They're 2-0 behind. They do need a goal. They do need to work their way back into this game. Let's not forget Newcastle have already had a goal disallowed as well. It'll be a good game that next week, Todd, against West Ham. There's a good relationship between Manchester City and West Ham, not just for the fans, but for the clubs as well. So it'll be an unusual one, because West Ham are chasing the Europa League spot and trying to put Manchester United under pressure. Wouldn't that be funny for Man United to be put into the Conference League? That'd be really funny. As much as I'd like that to happen, unless Manchester City... I want Man City to win the Premier League, and I want it to be won ASAP. And so that unfortunately will mean that we do have to beat West Ham. But we'll wait and see. Liverpool play before them. They're playing in midweek against Aston Villa. And then they play next midweek. Man City know that if we win here, we're 3 points clear. And if we match what Liverpool do and we win next weekend against West Ham, we're 6 points clear with Liverpool having 2 to play. With Man City hopefully having a superior goal difference. Good ball from Grealish. Played into space. Zinchenko now. Back to Grealish. Probes around. Here is Gundogan. It's great work from Gundogan. cut off well, read by Gundogan, into the penalty area, driving forward. Newcastle had to be careful about the challenges that they make. They go down, they want a cheap free kick, and the referee gives them that cheap free kick as well. Zinchenko laughs, not much in that in my opinion. It is exactly what we needed. Ease the pressure on us. Couple of goals before half-time. We know what we need to do for the rest of the game. And we don't want this to be a high-energy game. We play again on Wednesday. Games are coming thick and fast. West Ham, our next game. Next weekend, our next game. So we place. Be a big game, a good game. Done really well, West Ham, this season. Unlucky in the Europa League. Exited at the semi-final stage against Eintracht Frankfurt. Their good European run comes to an end. Ours came to an end against Real Madrid when it probably shouldn't have. Now we need to respond, show how good we can be. And a good win here puts that in the memory. It's in the past. What we do have control of is what we can do in the future. And we know, win this game with we've got 3 games left, but we need 7 points. 7 points wins us the Premier League. Get good on that goal difference. It might only need 6 points. Cancelo drives it across. Not the greatest ball. Dealt with in the end by Newcastle. And they can think about coming away on the counter-attack. Although Chris Wood's got no support. He goes down and wants a free kick. And it doesn't happen. And City can come away with it now. Grealish gives it to Sterling. Good combination. Here's Sterling now. He's had a good game. Grealish has had a good game. Gundogan's had a good game. Laporte's had a good game. Players that, not under pressure, but players that you want to see really step up and make the difference have done so far. Zinchenko now to Rodri. Gives it to Sterling on the right-hand side. 30 seconds to go until we're going to add it on time. A couple of goals might maybe have 2 minutes. I personally think there should be 1 minute of added time, but we'll see. I reckon with a couple of goals we'll give 2. Here is Laporte now for Manchester City. He's going to look to try and spread the play, but he goes central with Gundogan. He combines with a 1-2. Here's Laporte once more now to Zinchenko. Newcastle not seen a lot of the ball recently, chasing shadows. It can't be easy. 2-0 down, pinned into their own half, having to do a lot of defending as we are going to go into added on time now in the first half. That's a good pass out to Raheem Sterling. There's space if he wants to use it, and Cancelo squares it across, and it's unlucky from City, and it's out of play for a goal kick. Jesus just couldn't poke it, and it is 2 minutes that have been added on, so there may well still be time for maybe one more opportunity in this half. Gary Neville saying Jack Grealish should be in that space to tap that in. Played to the back post and he's just hanging around. I do agree, actually. Grealish should be there. He isn't there. He's not gambling at the back post. He needs to be gambling at the back post as we're now 29 likes away from 100 likes. The ball gets played upfield. Should be dealt with by Newcastle and just left out to go out of play for a goal kick. Less than a minute remaining. But yeah, 29 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description and also in the live chat. 30 seconds remain of this first half. Ball comes forward. Newcastle gather it up, so it might be an opportunity for them. Guimaraes now to Targett. Plays a ball across. Needs dealing with by Manchester City. Newcastle can gather it up again, so if there's going to be an opportunity, it's going to be for them. Guimaraes heads it to sends the ball towards the Newcastle right-hand side, cut out by City. Here's Grealish, 8 seconds to go. Need to play a direct ball forward, really. Plays a pass to Sterling. 2 seconds left of the half. Play a crossing. Referee continues to play on. De Bruyne can control it. Newcastle can get their foot to it. And that will be the half-time whistle. So it is 2-0 Manchester City here at the Etihad Stadium. In this Premier League clash, a must-win game for Manchester City to capitalise on Liverpool dropping points yesterday against Tottenham Hotspur, and it's so far so good, but Newcastle have caused City problems. They've had a disallowed goal. First 15 minutes, they were having more possession than Manchester City. They were causing us problems, but City have grown into this game. They've grown in their confidence, and they've taken the game to Newcastle, and they've put themselves now in a strong position where I'd be looking in the second half, first 5 or 10 minutes, push hard, get that killer third goal. Get that third goal, 3-0, 3 points for Manchester City. Make them changes to get fresh legs on from that Real Madrid game in midweek and start thinking about that all-important goal difference. As it is, City on course for 3 points, which is a thumbs up from me, but we need to make sure we get the job done before we start counting our chickens. Let's learn from our mistakes, of course, in midweek. So, we're going to go and have a look at the stats for this game, but before I do, I am on the OneFootball app, so if you want to go and check that out, then link is in the description, and also in the live chat. They are today's video sponsor. They keep these live streams and my videos coming for you guys, so I would appreciate anybody downloading OneFootball through my link. It's a free app to download. I've got my promo video, which I'm going to roll for you guys right now. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Like I said, we're going to go and check that out. Link in the description, also in the live chat. It's free, so if you haven't got it, go and get it. It's the best footballing app out there, in my opinion. Got the stats locked and loaded here, ladies and gentlemen. Manchester City, first half, 62% possession compared with 38% possession for Newcastle. Newcastle stronger with their duels and aerial duels, though, winning 63% of their duels. City winning just 37%. And aerial duels, 64%. By Newcastle and 36% for Manchester City. And City normally pretty good with their aerial duels. Maybe helps with having Dan Burn there being bigger than everybody else. 1 offside for Manchester City and 3 for Newcastle, considering we've got Jesus playing in this game. He's had a pretty quiet game so far as well. That is a surprise. 4 corners for Manchester City, 1 for Newcastle. Attacking stats, I was asked before by Seamus, are City being clinical? Well, it's 10 shots, 5 on target, 2 goals. I replied, not too bad for Manchester City, and I'm going to stick with that. 10 shots, 5 on target, not bad. 2 goals from them 5 on target, not bad. Clinical-ish. Newcastle 2 shots, 1 on target, no goals. It does mean Manchester City lead here by 2-0. Both teams with a shot accuracy of 50%. 1 block shot apiece as well. No shots onto the woodwork by either team. Man City with 7 shots inside the box and 3 outside the box. Newcastle's both their shots have come inside the box. Defensive stats, 2 tackles by Manchester City. We don't practice tackling in training. Famous words from Pep Guardiola. 50% tackle completion rate by Manchester City. 13 tackles by Newcastle at a tackle completion rate of 46%. So nothing much to call between the tackle completion rate. Just Newcastle obviously dominating the tackle ratio there. Clearances, more clearances for Newcastle. 8 compared with 5 for Manchester City. And both teams with 3 interceptions each. Manchester City with 297 passes there in the first half at a pass completion rate of just under 90%, which is much better than what we saw in midweek against Real Madrid, where it was lingering at, 85% at times? Not brilliant. 177 passes from Newcastle at an 80% pass completion rate. That isn't too bad. I can certainly see the different style of play that Eddie Howe's got them trying to play, and I respect him for it. I respect Newcastle for it as well. And they have given Manchester City a goal, of course, having that offside goal 2. 10 crosses by Manchester City at a cross completion rate of 20%, which for Man City, that's not bad. 7 crosses by Newcastle at a cross completion rate of 29%. In terms of discipline, 2 fouls conceded by Manchester City with no yellow cards or red cards, and 5 fouls conceded by Newcastle with 1 yellow card and no red card. I do think that Dan Burn should have gone in the book for his elbowed challenge that wasn't even given as a free kick. Referees for you. So, Manchester City with 2 goals, 19 minutes. It was Raheem Sterling with an assist for Joao Cancelo. It was a good finish by Raheem Sterling as well, reading it at the back post and heading it in for Manchester City. And then 38 minutes, read really well by Aymeric Laporte after a good volley in from Ilkay Gundogan from the corner from Kevin De Bruyne. Diaz and Dubravka clash to try and get hold of the ball, and it rebounds out to Aymeric Laporte, who just tucks it into the bottom corner to mean that Manchester City are 2-0 up, got our killer 2-goal cushion, and right now in our live league table with 3 games left to play, we are 3 points clear of Liverpool with a +1 goal difference on Liverpool as well. We're only 1 goal in the whole season behind Liverpool as well, so hopefully we can overtake them in this game. That would be good. Whereas Newcastle currently sitting in 13th, like I said, trying to get the top half, currently 1 point behind Crystal Palace. And that actually really nicely moves me on to our next part of my half-time report, which is around the grounds for the games from earlier on. Now, it finished live on Sky Sports. Arsenal 2, Leeds United 1. It was a couple of early goals from Arsenal. Luke Ayling got sent off in the game before Diego Llorente in the second half got a goal back for Leeds United. That defeat, though, because of other results, does mean that they now sit in the relegation zone. They've just been sleepwalking their way towards that relegation zone, and now, with just 3 games left to play, are sitting in that relegation zone with a by far weaker goal difference than Everton and Burnley. Southampton got 2 games left to play, may need a point as well if both Burnley and Everton can continue to maybe pick up some more wins and more points. Leicester 1, Everton 2. Massive win that for Everton. Patson Daka equalised for Leicester after Michaelenko gave Everton the lead, and Mason Holgate in 30 minutes gave Everton the lead. They managed to hold on for a big 3 points. That sees them sitting in 16th place, and that will, of course, make my partner channel Mixed very sad, I'm sure, about that as well. And then Norwich 0, already relegated. West Ham 4 keeps them in the sniff for a potential Europa League place. They'll be looking to try and challenge Manchester United, now 3 points behind Man United with a game in hand as well. West Ham do have to play Manchester City next weekend. West Ham have got a superior goal difference on Manchester United, so that's a big clash next weekend. Man City do have a game against Wolves first to look forward to, and Liverpool play before us on Tuesday evening as well. They're going to be taking on Aston Villa, which I'm expecting no favours from Steven Gerrard with regards to that. Of course, it is City 2, Newcastle United 0 here at half-time. In the Women's Super League, it's finished Aston Villa 0, Birmingham City 1, Brighton 1, Everton 1, Chelsea 4, Man United 2, which has seen Chelsea crowned the women's champion, so congratulations to them. Reading 0, Manchester City 4 has seen Manchester City finish in 3rd place. Arsenal have finished in 2nd place. They beat West Ham away from home. And also Tottenham Hotspur beat Leicester City at home by 1-0. It also got games in Scotland. It's finished Rangers 2, Dundee United 0. As it looks like a formality. Celtic 6 points clear of Rangers with a +20 goal difference, and they're just needing a point to mathematically, although the SPL title's probably already signed and sealed anyway, I'd be sketching Celtic's name onto that, but Rangers just prolonging that one. In La Liga, finished Getafe 0, Rayo Vallecano 0, Villarreal 1, Sevilla 1. Later on, Espanyol are taking on Osasuna at 5:30 p.m. BST, and then you've got Atletico Madrid taking on Real Madrid in the Madrid derby. Real Madrid will probably be exhausted from that game against Manchester City, but they've already sealed the title. They're just looking to try and spoil things for Atletico, trying to keep things tight for a Champions League space with Real Betis hot on the tail of Atletico Madrid. In the Bundesliga, it's finished Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1. It's currently half-time, Bayern Munich 2, Stuttgart 1. Bayern Bayern Munich have already, of course, won the Bundesliga. Later on at 6:30 p.m. BST, you've got Leipzig taking on Augsburg. In Serie A, Spezia 1, Atalanta 3 finished. Venezia 4, Bologna 3 finished. Great game there. It's currently later score in the 30th minute. Salernitana 0, Cagliari 0. Later on, you've got Verona taking on AC Milan. AC Milan have got the opportunity with the win there to go back top of the Serie A. In Liga 1 in France, it's finished Metz 3, Lyon 2, Angers 4, Bordeaux 1, Clermont 2, Montpellier 1, Rennes 1, Lens 2. It's currently Lorient 0, Marseille 2, and later on you've got PSG at 7:45 p.m. BST taking on A-Stack Troy, part of the CFG. PSG have already won Liga 1. In the Eredivisie, some big games. NEC 1, Go Ahead Eagles 0 finished. AZ Alkmaar 2, Ajax 2 finished. Ajax grabbing a late equaliser in the 86th minute. Vitesse 1, Heerenveen 2, and Feyenoord 0. PSV 2 as we're closing in on the full-time whistle there. It does mean with PSV winning that game that there's just 2 points separating Ajax and PSV. Ajax on a whopping plus 74 goal difference. It's crazy. In the National League, it's finished Wrexham 3, Stockport County 2 in a massive result at the top of the National League. It's given Wrexham a better goal difference than Stockport, but Stockport have got the game in hand. Stockport have been knocked off the top spot, and Wrexham now are in first with 3 games left to play. Stockport's got 4 games left to play. Sorry, I'm wrong with that. Wrexham's got 1 game left to play. Stockport have got 2 games left to play. Both on 88 points. It's very tight there and a massive win there for Wrexham. In the MLS City Football Group team, New York City drew 0-0 with Sporting Kansas City overnight. You've also got Women's Northern Premier, Huddersfield Town 1, Hull City 2, and Burnley 6, Middlesbrough 1. Belgium, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, Club Bruges 2 finish. You've got Royal Antwerp taking on Anderlecht at 5:30 p.m. BST as well. Portugal, Gil Vicente 3, Tondela 0 finished. Vizela 1, Martimo 1 finished. You've got Sporting Braga taking on Arouca at 6 p.m. BST. You've also got Santa Clara taking on Paco de Fiera at 8:30 p.m. BST. And lastly, you've got a game in League 1 for the second leg of the playoff semi-final. MK Dons taking on Wycombe Wanderers. That's kicking off at 6:30 p.m. BST, with MK Dons needing to overturn a 2-0 deficit as Wycombe beat them a few days ago by 2-0. So there we go. That has been all of the half-time scores. I was going to put some half-time entertainment on for you guys. However, the second half will be starting pretty soon between Manchester City and Newcastle. But I'm going to put my half-time entertainment on as soon as the game starts. I'll knock it off. But this is Mixid providing another video for you guys to enjoy.
What's going on, guys? Mixid here, back again for another cocktail video. And today's cocktail, guys, is the Screaming Orgasm, and I will show you guys how to make a Screaming Orgasm. So the first thing you want to do, guys, is get your mixer and put in 5 to 6 ice cubes or 3 giant ice cubes. You can see what I've done here. So to build this cocktail, guys, it is 1 ounce of 30ml of amaretto, 30ml 1 ounce of Kahlua or Tia Marie if you have it, 1 ounce of 30ml of vodka, any brand, and 3 ounces or 90ml of milk. Because I'm using semi-skimmed. So let's build this cocktail, guys. First ingredient to build this is 30ml or 1 ounce of Disaronno Amaretto. Next, 30ml or 1 ounce of Kahlua. Go to any coffee liqueur, like I said, you can use Tia Marie for this if you wish. Next, 30ml or 1 ounce of vodka, can be any brand. So just for this one, I've chosen to use XIX vodka. Next up, 3 ounces or 90ml of milk. Now get your bar spoon and stir it until it's chilled, so give it a good stir for about 20 minutes. do now, guys, is just pour the contents into your wine glass. There we go, one screaming orgasm.
Very nicely made that by Aaron. His link's in the description. You want to go and check out the full video of that. Unfortunately, I can't provide that here as we've had kick-off now for the second half, and we have had a substitution. And surprisingly, Ruben Dias has gone off. I'm not too sure if that's injury or whether that's down to the fact that he just played a load of minutes, that he's done 45 minutes here, and he might be given a rest maybe in midweek. But he has gone off, and instead of Nathan Ake coming on and playing two left-sided centre-backs, which is what I would have done, he's gone with Fernandinho instead, who's slotting in at centre-back alongside Aymeric Laporte, which is surprising. I'd have gone with Ake being the quicker, better in the air, and also a centre-back naturally over Fernandinho, but Pep Guardiola is the manager, not me. And Fernandinho getting some more minutes under his belt as his time at Manchester City is coming to an end. He's confirmed it himself, as Pep Guardiola and Man City haven't confirmed it as of yet. But Fernandinho entering after this game, his final 3 games at Manchester City. So, guys, we're 18 likes away from 100 likes, so hopefully we can hit that in the second half. Any help towards that will be much appreciated. We hit the 100 likes against Real Madrid, and I want to hit 100 likes here as well, as City into a good position here. Here's Raheem Sterling to Kevin De Bruyne, Ilkay Gundogan. City just moving the ball slowly and backwards now. So yeah, do leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description and also in the live chat. Here is Ilkay Gundogan then. Gives the ball to Cancelo. He has to turn. Back to Gundogan. Is there any space anywhere? Not too much, but still finds Jesus in the penalty area, and he's one-on-one, and he wants to square it, and De Bruyne goes for a pass, and what's happening here? That should have been at least a shot. Sterling does well, and a deflection takes it just wide. That was a great turn from Raheem Sterling. Corner's going to be taken by Zinchenko. He wants to take it quickly, and does. Here is Gundogan. Back to Zinchenko. Gundogan again. An opportunity here to cross it. He does. It's headed clear. City can't gather it up, but Saint-Maximan can. There's 3 players back here for City. Gundogan tries to help out. The pass still manages to come in, but it's inaccurate. And Fernandinho will cut that out for Manchester City. So that's the end of the Newcastle counter-attack. That was well worked from City. I felt like Jesus should have had the shot, but he knocked it forward and put too much on it that he couldn't have the shot. He had to square it back across. It was behind De Bruyne. He tried to find the pass instead of trying to have a shot. And in the end, a deflected effort took it just past the post. And Manchester City managed to gather it up just before it went out for a throw-in. Crazy. Here is De Bruyne. Drives forward. Not a great pass from De Bruyne. Cut off by Newcastle. Only to be picked up by Rodri. Gives it to Grealish now. Gives it to Gundogan. About 35 yards out from goal. Centre. Gives it to the left-hand side and Zinchenko. Could have put the cross in, but didn't. Rodri now to Gundogan. Space is there if he wants to hit it. He does hit it, and it's blocked. Joao Linton it was with the block. Well worked out by Cancelo. Sterling now. Jesus back to Sterling. I think I'd have put Fernandinho if I was going to put him on for Cancelo, because Cancelo's going to be starting every single game from now to the end of the season with the injury to Walker. And give him a rest. Don't know when John Stones is going to be back to give Cancelo a little rest, but there we go. Here's Gundogan. City just probing to try and get that killer third goal. And if I were Pep, I'd probably make their last final couple of subs before the hour. Players that did do the full 120. Ball comes over the top towards Zinchenko. He's not going to keep it in. So who would that be? That would be, who did the full 120? Left on the pitch. Cancelo is one. Laporte's the other. So Ake could be coming on for Laporte. I'd be tempted to get Mbete on. We'll have a full change at the back. Long ball comes forward. Headed clear by Manchester City. And picked up well by Manchester City. Dan Burn does well to find a pass. Cut off well by Manchester City. And then a combination of passes sees Man City end up losing the ball. And free kick given to Newcastle against Rodri. 50 minutes in. 2-0. Manchester City lead. We're now 15 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. The long ball comes forward from Newcastle. Flicked on and in the end cleared by Manchester City. And that'll be a free kick for a push in the back from Gabriel Jesus. And City can have a free kick. If the rumours are to be believed that Jesus could be sold by Manchester City in the summer, then that could mean Gabriel Jesus, like Fernandinho, only having 3 games after this week left at Manchester City, which would be sad, losing a couple of our Brazilian players. Ederson will feel pretty lonely. And the Portuguese brother in Bernardo Silva as well. Some rumours have said that he still wants to leave. Rodri with a cracking ball, and it's not controlled by Cancelo. He apologises, thumbs up. Felt like he maybe should have controlled it. Rodri gives a thumbs up as well. It weren't a bad ball at all by Rodri, if I'm honest. In the end, goal kick Newcastle. So 2-0 Manchester City lead here. Ruben Dias looks perfectly fine. Looks like he's having rest in his legs. He's done 45 minutes. He's done his job. And just sat on the bench watching now for the second half. Job done from him. Kept Newcastle out. Here's Gundogan. Good work to the right-hand side. Not a great ball forward. Second half possession. 99% for Manchester City and 1 for Newcastle. That's funny. We've been playing 7 minutes. It's what Man City should have been doing against Real Madrid in the 89th minute. 99% possession. We win. It's as simple as that. I think City just got too complacent, and I think they were just hit from conceding. That they conceded like 40 seconds later. They were just not composed enough. And they were punished late on. You must learn that lesson. Never switch off. That's the lesson. You're going to win the Champions League. You can't afford to switch off. Lesson last year. You got to keep pushing when you're up against English teams. Got to attack and take the game to them. Not overthink it. As De Bruyne squares one across. Cleared by Newcastle. And this year's lesson. Never go to sleep. Never count your chickens. Never presume. Stay focused and switched on until the job is done and that final whistle is gone. We know better. We know better. Unfortunately not to be. It just makes you want it just that little bit more, doesn't it? Frustrating. Thank you, Dad. Always lessons to be learnt in football. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Istanbul, where it was meant to go and play against Chelsea the year before until it was moved to Porto. Grealish does really well into the penalty area. Jesus is going to be crowded out and he turns really well. And Gundogan might hit this. He should have hit it in my opinion. City just been moved backwards and Poor pass comes in and it's intercepted by Newcastle and it's going to go down. Wants a free kick, doesn't get one. Oh, he does get one. Does get one. And it's Cancelo. Look like shoulder to shoulder coming together to me, but there we go. Long ball comes forward. Newcastle haven't had a successful completed pass yet. City have had 108, which is remarkable, and that's going to go out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Pep Guardiola's doing lots of... he applauding, like he was waving. I was going to wave to him. No, he's applauding. He's happy with how City are doing here. City really probe him. Could just do with that goal. Get that third goal. Kill a third goal. 3 points. We don't have to think about anything else. The game is done. Newcastle now have the chance to complete a pass. Whoa! 2 completed passes. 3 completed passes. And they can come forward and De Bruyne can make the challenge. And Newcastle should keep this in. Almiron now. Not really done much in this game so far. 4 completed passes. 5 completed passes. And 6. Now Newcastle are finding their rhythm. 7. There's their 8th completed pass. Working it from right to left. 10 completed passes. 11. Shot comes in. High. Wide. Over the top of the crossbar. No danger for Manchester City. 14 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button. Press the bell. Put your push notifications on. Transfer season's incoming. June 1st. Daily Manchester City transfer updates to keep you guys up to date throughout all of the summer transfer window. So make sure you have subscribed if you haven't already. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description. Also in the live chat. When did I start supporting Manchester City? In the song by Anne-Marie. In the summer of... Finish the song. And that's the year. I actually started supporting him in the spring, not the summer of that year. Drink's finished. Do I top it up? There it is, 2002. Darren Huckabee, Sean Goater, Ali Benarbia. Promotion winning year from what was then Division 1 to the, was it Barclays Premier League, which was sponsored by Barclays then at the time. With City still playing at Main Road. We had the Commonwealth Games that summer at Eastlands. The City of Manchester Stadium, as it was called. Good times, good times. Good attack on the mat. Ali Benarbia, Darren Huckabee, Sean Goater, Sean Wright Phillips. It's a good team. 13 likes to go. And we had a couple of sticky years in the Premier League then. We were just slowly growing ourselves up to the build-up of the 2008 takeover. 2006 was a sticky year under Stuart Pearce. 9 goals at home all season. Picked up massive results against Middlesbrough and Newcastle that season to stay up. And then gradually just started to grow. We had this takeover in 2007, tasking Sinawatra. So we're signing players like Giovanni, Elano, scoring that brilliant free kick against Newcastle, who we're playing today at the Etihad. Brilliant goal that as well. Well, City's fan base is always growing, so you're always going to get new fans. So I'm very welcoming here on the JSGC channel and say welcome to everybody that wants to support Manchester City, that wants to help the club to grow. And it helps Manchester City towards their ultimate aim, which is to become a worldwide global brand. And that takes time. I certainly don't think it helps to isolate and single out new fans. Doesn't make anybody, some people have been supporting Manchester City now for 40, 50, 60 years. Doesn't make them any bigger of a fan than somebody that's been supporting them for one. A City into a great position, chipped over by Cancelo and headed in the end over the top of the crossbar and out of play for a corner to Manchester City. Dubravka nearly kept that one on. Citizens for life. I like it. Been supporting since 2004. Very close to each other, 2002 and 2004. I like it. So here's De Bruyne to take the corner for Manchester City on the hour. Good time for City to score. Sent in and in. And there it is. It's the third goal. Rodrigo. We don't like that name here at Manchester City, but we do like Rodri putting it in for City at the near post. Catches Newcastle asleep, and City get their third goal of the game to make it City 3, Newcastle 0. And that will be 3 points here for Manchester City as well. Very important goal that for Manchester City. It means now we can start to take some players off, get a couple of players rested, ready for Wolves in midweek. It does mean now we can start focusing on that goal difference. We've got +2 on Liverpool. Liverpool play against Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard is going to give them 7 goals. You know it's coming. You know that Manchester City are going to need to beat Wolves midweek. So if we beat them by 1 and they win by 7, which is inevitably going to happen, he's going to give them anything and everything that he can to try and make up for his slippy G, of course. That means that Manchester City here need to build an accumulative big win here against Newcastle. We've got 30 minutes here. We can go and get another 2 or 3. Can't do us any harm when it comes to that goal difference. I'd like to see some of them subs made, including Cancelo and Laporte coming off. They did 120 minutes against Real Madrid, so that would be nice to see. But 3-0 Manchester City on their way to 3 points. A good response from the game against Real Madrid. Really good response. As I'm just getting something sorted here. And then we'll get the live watch along back underway. Do a Bristol Rovers 7-0, that would be great. And Phil Foden's going to be coming on now for Manchester City. Gets a big hug from Pep. And it's Jesus that's going to come off. What could be his penultimate time playing at the Etihad Stadium here. Big applause for Jesus. And a big cheer for Phil Foden coming on for Manchester City as well. I'd like to have seen Cole Palmer as well, but there we go. I think City are wanting this goal difference. As we're now 12 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball, link in the description and also in the live chat. I'm doing well for gains on subscribers as well. We can now sell out Oakwell. I put out my tweet and we've got Deepdale in our sights. We're just 70 subscribers away from that. So that'd be brilliant to be able to hit that in the next week or so. And we've done well on this live stream as well, actually. It's been good. So 60 4th minute here. Here is Jackie G. Goes down. Fouled. He's always fouled, isn't he, Jack Grealish? I think he was the most fouled player last season for Aston Villa. It'd be pretty interesting to see who the most fouled player is. Let me have a look, actually. Can I find that anywhere? Most fouled player in the Premier League. Here's De Bruyne. A shot comes in and wide from from Cancelo, sorry. Here we go. Most fouled players. So at the moment, it's Emmanuel Dennis that's the most fouled player in the Premier League. Rodri's the most fouled player for Manchester City at the moment. If we have a look at all of City's players that have been fouled, Jack Grealish is all the way down in 8th. I think that's actual conceding fouled. I want fouled. I think Jack Grealish is 5th. That's from Feb. I can't find anything else on that. Anyway, moving on. Back to the live watch-along. City win the ball high up. Sterling to Gundogan. Gives it to Grealish. Cross comes in. Headed clear by Newcastle momentarily, and it's... Dubravka gets a hand to it. I don't know what that was. Cleared by Newcastle anyway. City have got 24 more minutes left here. See if we can get maybe another goal or two. It'd be really nice to win this by 5. Would be what I'd be looking for City. That gives us a +4 on Liverpool. It means Liverpool are under pressure not only to beat Aston Villa, but to beat Aston Villa by at least 4 or 5 themselves, which I'm sure Slippy G will provide for them. But they've got difficult games. Southampton needing that point. Next midweek, as they're in the FA Cup final against Chelsea on Saturday. You've got Liverpool taking on final game of the season, Wolves at home. Manchester City at home against Aston Villa in our final game of the season. So they've got to play Wolves and Aston Villa. We've got to play Wolves and Aston Villa. That's good play. And De Grealish should pick this up for City inside the penalty area. Shot comes in, and it's a good save from Dubravka to keep it at 3. It's a really good save. As we're now into the nervous 90s here. 10 likes to go to 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Let's make it a 100 liked live stream once more. As Newcastle prepare 2 substitutions for themselves. Got Kieron Trippier, one of them coming on. Wood and Kraft are coming off. So Kraft coming off and Trippier is coming on. And Wood comes off and Callum Wilson comes on. Just have a look at how Lancashire's got on before. Looks like it's match drawn against Warwickshire. There's a corner here for Manchester City. It is match drawn. Rodri's down for Manchester City. He's back up. Holding his back. So corner here for Manchester City. Just scored off a corner. Another set-piece goal for Manchester City. Can they get another? That's the question. There's I think a yellow card comes in for Dan Burn. What for? Dan Burns are really angry about that yellow card. Has he fouled him? If he's fouled him, though, surely that should be a penalty. Anyway, corner comes in, and it's out of play for another corner to Manchester City. Newcastle really unhappy. And it is match drawn for Lancashire against Warwickshire. Citizens said concern for Diaz. Well, the fact that Diaz is sat on the bench is good news for Manchester City. I hope it isn't a reoccurrence of the hamstring. Hamstring means 4 weeks and that's him out for the season. Could do with John Stones coming back just to ease the burden. Final 3 games. Corner from City. De Bruyne to take. Headed towards goal. Cleared by Newcastle. Flicked on by Fernandinho and out of play for a goal kick. 20 minutes remaining here then. Senti, we scored from a corner in our last goal. Rodri's goal. So long ball sent forward from Dubravka. City fans looking to try and get their voices heard. That's well worked from City. There's a 2-on-3, but they've worked it sideways. Sterling fancies for pace. Knocks it on. Crosses comes in. Flicked on. Only as far as De Bruyne. Here is Zinchenko. The brothers combined. Zinchenko now. To Gundogan. De Bruyne. Cross comes in. And it's like a cross comes shot. Collected by Dubravka. And he rolls it out. Newcastle now playing with a little bit more urgency. Try and get themselves a goal. Work their way into something respectable. Probably a bit too late to get back in the game. And City can just collect that and City can come away with the ball once more. Here is De Bruyne. Nearly got the ball stuck in his feet. Can compose himself though and give the ball to Grealish. Back to De Bruyne. Here is Fernandinho now for Manchester City. Gundogan. Jesus. Zinchenko. Well played by Zinchenko. Nearly threaded through. Well cut off from Newcastle. City can't cut off the pass. And the space here. Wilson can't find the pass. Well intercepted by Fernandinho. Why he's on the pitch. No problems have been concerned or created whilst Fernandinho has been on that pitch playing at centre-back, which I'm surprised Newcastle haven't tried to target Manchester City for. Rightio, guys. 9 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go check out today's video sponsor, brought to you by OneFootball. Newcastle with a good chance here. Get it to their right-hand side. Cross comes in and it's headed clear by who else? Fernandinho. Out for a corner to Newcastle. Sloppy giveaway from Manchester City there at the back. Aymeric Laporte. City need to just be careful. We want to be working on goal difference. The last thing we want to do is concede. Trippier to take the corner then. Comes in. Knocked down and collected by Ederson. They've looked dangerous on their set pieces, Newcastle. Ederson's going to send this long. It's a great ball. Foden does a great touch. Sterling, great tackle from Newcastle. Matty Targett it was with the challenge. And City... That should have been a City throw. Unless the referee's given a free kick against Foden on Saint-Maximan. I'm not sure. Anyway, Newcastle tried to go early and it's cut off by who else? Fernandinho. Grealish with a great flick. De Bruyne with a great flick to Grealish. Goes for a shot. It's blocked and Newcastle should get that under control and cleared. Although it's won back. Sterling now. Can't get around Guimaraes. Here is Rodri. Does well to get hold of the ball again. Nearly got dispossessed. Cancelo tries to go for the pass. It's cleared by Newcastle and should be picked up by Saint-Maximan, and it is. So he can come forward into the City half of the tactical foul there and a yellow card for Kevin De Bruyne. Eight likes to go. Gary Neville just said, should have been doing that Wednesday night, taking the tactical fouls for De Bruyne and everything. I was just thinking to myself, and I didn't mention it on my review videos, there's pretty raw reaction on there. I've not really had a chance to speak about it since, due to the busy life of JSGC, but what was really important in that game, and I feel like Man City need to learn the lessons, is what gets called the dark arts. How to chuck yourself to the floor, buy them cheap, easy 3 kicks, waste time, frustrate your opponent, force out the yellow cards, the tactical fouls. City can improve in that. Real Madrid are very good at it. They managed to keep Manchester City out for a long time during extra time. They scored, I think it was the 8th minute of extra time. There was another 22 minutes where Man City didn't really create or do much, and that was due to Real Madrid just playing the situation. And that's what Man City should have been doing from like the 85th minute. Just playing the situation. Keep hold of possession. Real Madrid come and press you. Chuck yourself to the floor. Get a free kick. If they're going to break away and the referee doesn't give a free kick, pull the shirt. Bring them down. Rugby tackle them. Do anything and everything you can to make sure they're nowhere near your goal. Need to learn them lessons. John, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Better late than never, as they say. Appreciate you tuning in. Here is Sterling. Dispossessed. And there's less than 15 remaining here now. We're 8 likes away from 100 likes. Hopefully we can hit that by full time. That would be great. Oh, that's a great turn. That's a 3 kick to Manchester City every day of the week. Where Man City now needs to be working hard. Goal difference. Get another goal. Can get 2 more goals, I'd be very happy with a 5-0. 4's better than 3. Obviously, the 3 points is the most important thing, but we've got to be thinking about that goal difference, because that goal difference can make an extra point. That goal difference only favours Manchester City, not Liverpool. Liverpool need to control that goal difference. Because if they can't, Man City can afford to lose a game, but I don't want to. I don't want to drop any points. Here's Gundogan. What we want to is heading into that final game against Aston Villa, have the Premier League title already won, so we can celebrate. But still a long way to go until that happens. We've got 2 big away games to think about. That's a good flick on by Newcastle. Here's Allan Saint-Maximan coming down the left-hand side. It's not the greatest pass from Saint-Maximan, but does the job, and Newcastle can keep hold of the ball. Saint-Maximan goes for another ball into the box, blocked by Manchester City. Raheem Sterling's just getting wrestled. Hopefully the referee's going to play an advantage here, because City have got the potential of a counter-attack. Phil Foden's been told by Jack Grealish, get out of my way! Gives it to Foden now. It's behind him. It's not the greatest pass from Grealish. Should have gone on his own there, Jack. Here's De Bruyne now. Gundogan had a good game for Manchester City today. Rodri's had a good game. De Bruyne had a decent game. Sterling's got the goals. Had a decent game.
3-0 would be a very healthy result for Manchester City. See how greedy they are for the...
Here's De Bruyne now. Gary Neville's just making the point of goal difference, saying anything can happen. 2 tricky away games, Wolves, West Ham, you could lose a game, could come down to goal difference. So now's a good time to be thinking about the goal difference as Newcastle make their final substitution. Almiron's the man that comes off, and Jacob Murphy is the man that comes on. Mark, thanks very much for the like. We're now 4 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. 4 more likes to go. Let's get to 100 likes. 10 minutes remaining as well in the game would be awesome. Really awesome. Yeah, it's a good time for Man City to go out there and get another goal or two. Another couple of goals gives us a +4 on Liverpool with 3 games to play. It's not massive, but it's pretty difficult to overturn in 3 games, considering you would presume that if Man City are to lose, it would be by 1. And if Man City are to win, then it's obviously going to keep climbing. And Liverpool have got to not only better Man City's result. If Man City are winning their games, they've got to then better the scores. It comes difficult if City win by 1 or 2, because they've then got to go on and score 4 or 5 per game to overturn it. It becomes very difficult. And if you play in FA Cup finals and Champions League finals like Liverpool have, it becomes very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. And Liverpool have got a season-defying 10 days coming up with an FA Cup final and a couple of massive Premier League games away from home at Villa Park and St Mary's. So we're not the only one with difficult away games. The only difference is it's Steven Gerrard in charge at Aston Villa, so he will let Liverpool win. I'll tell you that right now. De Bruyne now to Sterling. Into the penalty area. Gundogan, Foden can't control it. Gives it to Grealish. Gets it across to Gundogan. There's a bit of space here for Cancelo. Wanted to hit it. It's closed down. Hits it now. Blocked. And should be kept in. It's not kept in. Saint-Maximan did his best. But it's out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Thank you very much, Fast Boy. Appreciate it. It does mean we're on 99 likes. Who wants to be the 100th like? And there we go. 100 likes. Thank you very much for that. Much appreciated, everybody. We're up to 101 now. So thank you very much for that, everybody. Much appreciated. Thank you to everybody that's left a thumbs up. Thank you to everyone that has interacted with me on this live watch-along. It's been a very entertaining, very enjoyable live watch-along. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. There's Man City on their way to +3 on their goal difference and +3 on their points as well. John, thanks very much for that. 103. Let's see if we can get to 110 by the end of the live stream. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, OneFootball. Link in the description. Also in the live chat. Anyone that downloads OneFootball using my link, it's a free app to download. Anyone that does download the OneFootball app using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. Newcastle's got a massive opportunity, and it's a great save from Ederson. Cleared by Manchester City and out for a throw-in. But it's a great save by Ederson. It was a big opportunity for Callum Wilson. And that should have been +2 on Man City's goal difference rather than +3. Onside then against Fernandinho. And it's a great save from Ederson. Great save, Ederson. And that could be an all-important save if it is to come down to goal difference. Got to think about it. Newcastle probing and pressing, trying to get a goal. Cross comes in, flicked on towards the back post. Saint-Maximan. Shot comes in and it's over the top of the crossbar. All about goal difference now. 7 minutes remaining. Can Man City maybe add another goal? Over the top of the crossbar. Not to be. You fancy if Man City or Liverpool, either of them teams, whoever goes and scores 6 or 7 in a goal, if it is to happen by the end of the season, is going to take the goal difference. Ederson then. Laporte. Newcastle pressing, trying to get that goal. They want that goal. They want to give the away end something to celebrate. They want to give Liverpool something to cling on to. And say goal difference isn't all in favour of Man City. And it could be important. Give them a glimmer of hope. Man City need to be tight at the back. I think Newcastle can have their confidence knocked if we can go out there and get another goal. And that's cut out well by City. Grealish is going to be fouled. Grealish frustrated by that. 6 minutes remaining here. Plus whatever's to be added on. Here is Laporte. Gives it to Ederson. Goes long. It's a cracking ball. That to Cancelo. Turns Saint-Maximan. Gives it to Sterling. He has to turn as well. Back to Cancelo. Here is Rodri now. On to the right-hand side for Manchester City. Grealish, not the greatest pass and cleared by Newcastle. Laporte allows the bounce to happen. Here is Fernandinho now. Sterling drives forward. He's got options to his right-hand side. Cancelo tries to go first time. Blocked well by Newcastle. Picked up once more by Cancelo. Here is Fernandinho now to Rodri. Cross-field pass comes in. Should be intercepted and headed back to the goalkeeper. Dubravka. 4.5 minutes remain here. Man City preparing their final sub. And it's going to be Egan Riley that's going to come on. That will allow Cancelo to probably, you would think, come off. That's a good header, and De Bruyne can control that, and City can come forward with it. A combination of Foden and De Bruyne gives it to Raheem Sterling. Now there's an overlap. He doesn't use it. Foden gets into a position, and then he goes down, and then the goal kick's given, and it's Lascelles that can make the challenge. He's got a bit of cramp. Foden just couldn't quite get it under his grasp to get a shot there, and that means less than 4 minutes now remain here. Is there to be another goal? If City can get another goal, +3 on Liverpool, +3 goal difference, +3 points. It's a good day at the office. And it's Laporte that's going to come off for Egan Riley, not Cancelo. That surprises me. And Comrade Egan Riley can come on. Good to see. City young player coming on. Up to 105 likes. 5 likes away from 110 likes, which is the new like goal. Headed clear by Manchester City. Gundogan can get his head onto it, and City can come away with the ball once more. Grealish. He's knocked that on too much, and it's out of play for a throw into Newcastle. 3 minutes remain here. There's normal time. And as Fernandinho heads it out of play for a throw into Newcastle. Just inside their own half. Throw in here then. Kieron Trippier to take. Dan Burn now at the back for Newcastle. Gives it to Lascelles. Plays a forward ball into space. It's a great ball. Murphy's controlled it well, and Newcastle have got an opportunity here. Saint-Maximan squares it across, and there's no one waiting at the back post, and it can be picked up eventually by Newcastle. They centralise it, and Guimaraes trying to combine. Ederson's in no man's land. Guimaraes can't get past. That's really good defending from Manchester City, and they can knock it forward as well. That was really good defending by Egan Riley. And Manchester City can have a free kick as well. So well played there by the young man. Less than 2 minutes now remain.
Touches towards the corner flag and just strokes it up the line into the feet. No well in it forward. Good job.
That's very well.
Just holds off. Brilliant from Sterling.
Samukello, because it's football, anything can happen. Man City want to put themselves into the strongest position possible. And right now, the only way Man City can strengthen the position that they're already in is to take the goal difference. It means that Man City have the contingency to rely on that if they are to drop points, they've got the goal difference there. If Man City lose a game between now and the end of the season, Liverpool can overtake Manchester City still, even though they dropped points yesterday. That's why there's the insistence there on goal difference. Always Man City will be pushing to try and win the game. But if you can strengthen the position that you're already in, then you're going to do everything that you can to do that. And the only way City can improve on where they are is with goal difference. Surely you can recognise that.
Big chances. Big chances.
Man City have recognised it. It's why Man City haven't started coasting at 2. They've got 3 and they've been trying to connect to make a 4th. They haven't got it yet. Still time though. Into added time we go soon as Grealish squares it across and it's flicked in and into the back of the net. And it's Phil Foden. Goal difference. 4-0 Manchester City. It's Phil Foden with the goal. It's a scrappy one, not the cleanest goal. Two minutes added on here for Manchester City. Plus 3 goal difference on Liverpool. Plus 3 points as well. We'll just make sure that it is onside. Not the cleanest. Grealish drove into the box. Is it Zinchenko, I think, that just whacks it into the path of Phil Foden, who just tucks it into the back of the net. It all looks onside to me, and that is 4-0 Manchester City here. What a result and what a response it's been from Real Madrid. City have done everything that they can to do the job, basically, and they've done the job and done the job really well here. Definitely not Zinchenko, didn't mean it. 2 likes away from 110 likes. Any help towards that would be much appreciated. VAR did have a brief check there. Make sure it's onside. It is onside and it is 4-0 Manchester City. Good control from City. Can City maybe think about a 5? There's a minute remaining here. Fernandinho now with the ball. And that's a good pass and there's space. De Bruyne can find space. Sterling gets it. Drives into the penalty area. Can it get even better for City here? It could, you know. Shot comes in and it's wide. And that will probably be that. It's a shot from Cancelo. We hit our next like goal of 110 likes. So thank you very much for that. Maybe 120 in the post-production of this live stream. That would be absolutely fantastic. So they're doing the man of the match. Sky Sports going for Kevin De Bruyne as their man of the match. My JSGC man of the match is different, though, to Sky Sports, even though he's first for assists and first for his passes and first for created opportunities. As we wait for the full-time whistle to go, I'm going to give my man of the match to Ilkay Gundogan. I think he's been brilliant for City. City maybe got the opportunity here to create one more. Flicked in well. Grealish squares it. Sterling! 5! 5-0 Manchester City. Newcastle have imploded here right at the end. And Man City clawing that all-important goal difference. All-important goal difference. I'm going to have to change my man of the match and give it to Sterling for bagging a brace. Scores the first and scores the last. 5-0 Manchester City. That's plus 4 goal difference for Liverpool. It means if Man City beat Wolves, if we beat them by just 1, then that means Manchester City have a plus 5 on Liverpool, depending on what they do. It means they have to beat Aston Villa by 5 to level Manchester City's goal difference. Before Man City then play before Liverpool, importantly for the penultimate game. All pressure onto Liverpool. Tuesday night, Aston Villa. As there goes the final whistle. And it's 5-0 Manchester City. What a response it's been from that Real Madrid game. Give them an applause there from me. Great response and a great win for Manchester City. So, we're just going to go through the stats very quickly for this game. Then we're going to conclude the video. And then I'm going to crack on with doing my review video, which I'll have up for you guys in the next hour. So, 19 minutes in, Raheem Sterling gave the lead to Manchester City with an assist for Joao Cancelo. Laporte got the second goal for City on 38 minutes. 61 minutes saw Rodri with an assist for Kevin De Bruyne. Give 3-0 to Manchester City. The fourth came on 90 minutes with an assist for Oleksandr Zinchenko with a goal for Phil Foden. 93rd minute, an assist for Jack Grealish and a goal for Raheem Sterling. De Bruyne voted the man of the match according to Sky Sports and according to OneFootball, I'm giving mine to Raheem Sterling, Ilkay Gundogan, robbed by me. He's had a very good game there. I thought it's been overall a very good team performance from Manchester City. Next up for Man City, Wednesday night, we play against Wolves away from home. Newcastle play next Monday. Arsenal at home for them. In terms of stats, 71% possession for Manchester City, 29% for Newcastle. You don't think that Newcastle had more possession than Manchester City in the first 15 minutes of this game. Duels won, 52% for Manchester City, 48% for Newcastle. City overturned that in the second half. And same with aerial duels, 62% of aerial duels won by Manchester City, 38% for Newcastle. One offside for Manchester City, 4 for Newcastle, including their goal. So they've ended up drawing a blank. 8 corners for City, 2 for Newcastle. In terms of goals, 5 for Manchester City, 0 for Newcastle. Total shots, 21 shots for Manchester City, 9 on target, 5 goals. Clinical. Thumbs up from me. 7 shots by Newcastle, 3 on target. Probably should have grabbed themselves a goal, in particular the one-on-one with Wilson and Ederson. Good save from Ederson. Keeps a clean sheet and draws a blank. Shot accuracy at 43% for both teams. Block shots, 4 for City, 1 for Newcastle. No shots onto the crossbar. 14 shots inside the box, 7 outside the box from City. 5 inside the box and 2 outside the box for Newcastle. Tackles, 19 tackles for Newcastle at a tackle completion rate of 47%. 7 tackles by Manchester City at a tackle completion rate of 57%. 10 clearances and 6 interceptions for Manchester City. 21 clearances and 8 interceptions for Newcastle. No surprise that they're dominating the defensive stats. 703 passes. We got to 700 passes in the end from City at a 91% pass completion rate. Very good. 279 from Newcastle at a pass completion rate of 77%. It did drop off for them in the second half. Fatigue, wanting to go for it, opening up the space. I'm not sure. Crosses, 20 for City at a cross completion rate of 20%. 11 crosses by Newcastle at a cross completion rate of 27%. 6 fouls conceded by Manchester City with 1 yellow card. 3 yellow cards for Newcastle with 11 fouls conceded. No red cards. Yellow cards for Newcastle to Bruno Guimaraes, Dan Burn and Matty Targett. 1 yellow card for Manchester City, and that was for that cynical foul from Kevin De Bruyne. Does mean Manchester City get the +3. We'll go on to the live league table. It means Manchester City now have scored more goals than Liverpool so far this season. 89 goals scored by Manchester City. We've got 3 games. Let's see if we can get 100 goals. That would be good. 11 goals in 3 games would be fantastic. 21 goals conceded. Liverpool 87 goals and 23 conceded. It means Liverpool on +64 goal difference, City on +68. But the most important stat, City on 86 points, Liverpool on 83 points, with 3 points clear with Liverpool, with both teams having 3 to play. Liverpool play next on Tuesday evening against Aston Villa away from home. It's a tricky away game. However, it's Steven Gerrard in charge, so I'm expecting nothing other than a Liverpool win. I'll be very, very, very surprised if Aston Villa do anything. Aston Villa aren't playing for anything, sitting in mid-table in 11th. So, yeah, I'd be very surprised. Man City taking on Wolves. Wolves 8 points behind Europa League with 3 games to play. They're not going to make the Europa League. But maybe the Conference League, 5 points behind with a game in hand against Manchester City. And with a win there, they can go 2 points behind West Ham in European football. So they've still got work to do. Still got motivation, so Manchester City need to be on it just like we were today against Newcastle. Newcastle sitting in 13th, top half, 1 point behind Crystal Palace. They have played a game more. They're 1 point clear of Leicester City. They're 3 points clear of Southampton, and they are 9 points clear of the drop zone with 3 games left to play. So mathematically, they're not safe yet, but all but safe there from Newcastle, with Watford and Norwich already relegated and Leeds sitting in 18th place and in a lot of bother. So there we go. That has been the live watch along. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We're on 116 likes. Let's see if we can get to 120 likes. Any help towards that will be much appreciated. Mixed, thanks very much for tuning in. Much appreciated. Have a nice rest of your day. Thank you for helping to moderate the chat. So if you did enjoy this live watch along, make sure you leave a thumbs up. 120 likes before the end would be brilliant. Also, don't forget as well to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget as well to go and check out my social media links. They're in the description below and on the yellow banner too, if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below and on the yellow banner if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. Also, don't forget, let me know your thoughts whilst we're still live here with your thoughts post-match of this 5-0 emphatic victory for Manchester City. Claude, Spurs done us a favour. We've been a bit of a bogey team to us this season. Been a bit of a bogey team to Liverpool as well. So good stuff from them. Brilliant stuff from Manchester City. And Dad, thank you very much for your kind comment there. Great stuff once more. Always striving for perfection here on the JSGC channel. If you're watching this after the game, then let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Only one thing left for me to do, and that is to give a big shout out to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much there to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and check that out, link is in the description and also in the live chat. Anyone that does download OneFootball using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel. OneFootball will keep you up to date with all the latest football news, as well as the latest transfer news this summer for Manchester City and all the other clubs from around the world as well. It will keep you up to date with all the latest football results and scores, live commentary, live league tables, statistics, what channel you can view the game on, and so much more. It's a free app to download. It's the best footballing app out there. Go and read the reviews. It's a great app. I've not heard one person ever say that they don't like OneFootball. So if you haven't got it already, go and download it and use my link. Anyone that downloads the free OneFootball app using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel, and it does keep these videos coming for you guys. So there we go. Thank you everybody for watching. It is much appreciated by me, and I'll see you guys all for the next live watch along. We go again midweek Wednesday. It's our final midweek game of the season, so I'll see you then for Wolves away. As it is, great weekend for Manchester City and a great response to a very disappointing midweek against Real Madrid in the Champions League. Manchester City respond. We've got the goal difference on Liverpool right now. We've got the points on Liverpool as well. And Manchester City continue their push for the Premier League trophy. We go again on Wednesday, so I'll see you then for all the build-up, all the videos, and the live watch-along. We'll be live. I think the game's kicking off at 8:15 p.m. BST, so we'll be live at 7:45 p.m. BST for that game. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone has had a great Sunday, has enjoyed their weekend, and I'll see you all again for the review video out in the next hour. Peace.